Proper cool though, I love this. This is wicked. This is what it's all about. I feel like cage fighter. Try and hunt them down again. Oh, there's another one. There's another one. Yes! Oh, I'm really enjoying this series, you know? Great buzz. Mozza Versus is back, but this time with a twist. I'm not going up against Team Fox, but instead I'm going head to head with venues with a difference. This time I'm at the urban venue that is Walthamstow. Now the lakes that are here are very unique, but that's not what I'm going to be targeting. I'm going to be trying to catch carp from the small stream that runs alongside them. God, look at this. The Coppermill stream is a small watercourse that runs through the Walthamstow complex. The origin of its name is due to a mill that was converted to mill copper back in the early 1800s. Then during the mid 1800s it was used as a pumping station. This is a role that it still holds today. With gin clear water, lots of weed and a low stock of carp, maximum effort would be needed to succeed here. On top of that, I have never caught a carp from flowing water, but I'm really looking forward to this one. Here we are then, stream fishing. It's got a certain ring to it, hasn't it? And it's something I have definitely never done before. So this could be a complete and utter disaster from the get-go. So got lucky really, because we spoke to the guys up at the office this morning as soon as I got here, and I didn't realise there's only about 20, maybe 25 carp in this stretch. I was sort of hoping that it wasn't very big, but it's a long old stretch this. I would say it's at least over half a mile long, so, which I didn't realise it was quite that long. So we've come down to the car park where we're allowed to park. Just got lucky straight away. Literally, first bit I've walked to, I've seen 4 of them. And one of them looks like a proper better one as well. So just sat there just watching him for a little while, and the bigger one of the 4, he's gone down, fed on one spot. I'm like, oh my God, he told me where to fish. Let's get a rod sorted. So that's what we've done. We quickly dashed back to the van. 2 magpies. Good morning, Mr. Magpies. Saluting with a net as well. That is definitely lucky. I've got a single rod sorted. Now, I'm probably going in with the wrong hook bait and maybe the wrong rig from the get-go, because I've got a Ronnie on and I'm using one of my kids' rods, and we went fishing the other day, and I always say to him, take the pop-ups off once you finish your session, and luckily for me he didn't. The kids, they never listen, do they? So luckily I've got a white pop-up on there ready to rock and roll. So I've come round to this area here, put a couple of handfuls of bait in, and they've drifted back over, and it looked like they were about to dip, and then they've sort of gone away. So I've got the rod in position and I'm just hoping that they're going to come back. So at the moment, we've been here 10 minutes. We've seen carp from a stretch that hasn't really got a lot of carp in. So you would like to think that we may get lucky here from the off, but saying that, since I've put the rig in, they've gone and they haven't drifted back. So, you know, it's one of them at the minute. That might be the case. This is all very new to me, obviously, because I was saying to Ben when we first saw them 4 fish, I'm like, this is probably the first time I've ever seen 4 carp in a river stroke stream before. It's something that I've just never ever done before, I guess. So I'm never going to see that. So yeah, for seeing that from my first sighting on my first river stream carp fishing trip, yeah, I can't help but feel like I've got a little bit lucky here, and I'm hoping that they are in the area still and we can get one from the off. But at the moment, it's going to be a learning lesson for all of us, I guess, because like I say, I will no doubt get a lot of this wrong until I get something right. Oh, where have they gone? Oh no, please don't tell me they've just buggered off. They couldn't have done. Oh, it's been a frustrating one, it has. So I had to walk up to the bridge because Ben's obviously here, he can man the rod, and I saw one come under the bridge and then sort of come up this way, followed him, and he was a good one as well, but he sort of come to these cabbages here and then went back that way. So I walked back up to the bridge and yeah, he sort of clocked me up there and then just like got all scared and was like, oh, an angler, and it just swam off. And then I was like, oh, a trout. So I better get this rod in before I catch a trout. But anyway, a trout would be cool. It's carpy now, a trout, and it's trout's proper carpet. Oh, he's eyeing the white one up. He's all over it. Look at him. Could be the new perch, yeah. Could be dinner as well. So yeah, it's been a really cool start, to be honest, because we've only been here 20, 30 minutes and we've seen 4 carp already and a trout. So good start at the moment. So I think rather than just sort of sitting here and wondering what I'm doing wrong and this, that and the other, we'll go and do it wrong somewhere else, shall we? So let's get the rod in. And yeah, I think I'm going to put a load of bait here because I've got some bait with me. So I'm put a load of bait on this area, gives us an option to come back to, obviously. And then yeah, just go exploring a little bit more, I guess. But yeah, mental to find fish straight away on a river that's not got a lot of carp in. So river, it's not a river, it's a stream. This is a stream, so stream carp. Get that right, Lee. Right, let's get the rod in. It's waffling. One right here, Ben. Well, we've walked 500 miles, and we haven't, obviously, but we've walked quite far. Well, we've had to cross the road from where you actually go in at Walthamstow. I say I know nothing about this, but I've not asked anyone. I don't know how long the stretch is or anything about it. And I feel like we've walked well over half a mile from where we were this morning and found a few of them in this area here. There was one small one that I noticed just sat in amongst the weed here, and once he had sort of swam out, and then I saw another one, and then another one come. So I've just underarmed the rig underneath. There's a bush that's like on the opposite bank that they've been sort of going into and sitting under. Chucked a few baits in there, and one come out and looked like he was chewing. So just lobbed the Ronnie in there. I'd like to say it was first cast, but it wasn't, unfortunately. I clipped the branch just as I went in, it disgorged the lead, painful. Oh, you dirty. But yeah, put it back in, and then maybe a 20 pounder sort of come in. Looks like he's about to go for where the rig's sat, and he's touched the line and gone back out. So if he had come in at a slightly different angle, I feel like we could have got this up and running. But again, it's all a bit of a learning curve and learning the way they're going in and out of bushes and all that. But this is another option. So at the moment, we've sort of got 3 options at the minute. Where we started this morning, there's a bridge that we could fish under, looks good for a night zone. And then we've got this as well to keep an eye on. So I baited this, get the rod in now, and we'll go and have a look further up. Because like I say, I haven't seen any of this. This is all brand new, and that was fishing, that come out clear. So that was the other thing. I didn't know whether that was fishing or not, but I just see him whip out from under the bush. Nothing was snarled up with him. That was fishing, that. Right, there's an option there. Hook's razor sharp still, which is beautiful. So still don't think I've got the right hook bait on here, but at the minute I'm just sort of walking up and down the river, just chancing my arm at anything really. So stream, sorry. Proper cool though, I love this. This is wicked. This is what it's all about. It's mad how the 2 of them have gone in under that bush. and we haven't seen them come back out. But they do just seem to appear out of nowhere, which is wicked, proper wicked. Love this. Right, let's move on up. Right, we have found them, and guess where we found them? The other end of the stretch of where the vans are. Oh my God, literally, we are the furthest walk away from them, and we didn't realise that you're not allowed to drive the vans around the park as such until 5 o'clock. So luckily for us, we've got the power barrows, but we've literally got to walk. We're one end of the stretch as far as you can go. We've got to walk to the other end of the stretch where they are. So, and then come back and get the vans later on. One of them, I guess, but we found them at least. And to be honest, I think we found pretty much half the stock today. So it's been a good day for finding them. So I hope it's an even better day for catching them. Right. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, vehicle reversing. Right, we made it. We managed to get across the road without getting run over. I did use the lights, safety first and all that. And yeah, we've got back here and we've seen there's a good one roaming about. There's not as many carp roaming around as there was, but there was a good... I've run out of hooks, painful. There'll be some in that bag, I'm sure. So, yeah, I'm in two minds of what to do at the minute. I think there's swans about, so I don't want to put any bait out. I think that'd be a kiss of death at the moment. So what I'm gonna do is just fish with a couple of Ronnies, just a couple of pop-ups, because the fish that we're seeing, he's in one area, then he's in another, then he's in another. I guess what most carp would do on a river, I suppose, stream, sorry. And yeah, I just think having a white one and it being a pop-up and it sort of dancing around like the old Art Attack head, if any of you remember that. That's the impression he does. I think that just like waving around on the bottom might snatch their eye and they'll take it. Might do, or they might just look at it thinking, what is that roaming around on the bottom, and not go anywhere near it. So then I will change to like an 18mm wafter, still on the Ronnie rig, and have that just wafting around on the bottom, I guess. Because there is a bit of flow here, and I think no matter what you put on the bottom, you're going to get movement out of it, whether it's a big, you know, a 22mm bottom bait or anything. I think it's going to have some form of movement to it. So I'm just learning as I go, to be honest with you. So I think putting a couple of white ones out there on Ronnie's pop-ups, if that doesn't work, come this evening, we've only got a couple more hours anyway until it gets dark, I'll change to a wafter and then we'll take it from there. So yeah, for the minute, boring Ronnies, I know, for the win. Let's hope they do win. Sexual, isn't it? Electrocuted by the wires. No. I feel like a cage fighter. This isn't the one. I've never cast like this before. Jesus, I'm going in. I feel like a child at a stupidly large table. You know, where their seat's too small. Oh my God, this is awkward. I'm not gonna lie. You bloosh. Man, I didn't even see that go down. Oh, there's my hook bait. We're on. Oh, he's coming straight towards it. Oh God. There's two of them coming straight towards me. Oh, I can't adjust my line or anything, wow. Can you be quiet please, I'm fishing. Yes, that's the one. That is the one. We're on it. Right, I saw that one down. Okay, I've got my eye in now. Like Luke Littler. Bullseye, every one. Loud them leaves, isn't it? I suppose this time of year though, there'll be loads dropping off them trees, wouldn't there? So it's probably a good thing to keep making noise like this. Yeah, weren't they? And like that just then, so just now started baiting up. And yeah, one just come out of nowhere and dived down right over the top of the rig. So I am going to leave the pop-ups out for tonight, see what happens with them. They're not really like it doesn't look like it from here anyway. You never know. Obviously, when we watch the underwater stuff, even a wafter's like this half the time when they go near it. But I'd imagine things on this stream, bits are moving around all the time. So I'm sure that can only be a good thing. But at the same time, I would have thought we'd have had one by now, but we haven't. So yeah, I'm just going to put about 30 baits around that one out there and just put maybe 10 baits on this one down here. See what happens. So yeah, this little zone that's out here, what I've basically done is, which, you know, if you're watching carp, obviously 9 times out of 10 they'll tell you exactly where to put the rig. Just got to be patient with it rather than seeing them straight away and just dropping on any clear zone. I noticed earlier on there was, how many was there, Ben? 6? Was it 6? It was 6, wasn't it? And they're all like huddled together. That is proper cool, that. I'm definitely gonna blank. And yeah, he sort of broke off from the pack and then one dipped down straight away, just like blatantly telling you where the spot was. And then whilst we were watching them, 2 better ones were just down here where the left-hander is, feeding on the bottom. So down there you've got quite a few cabbages about and only tiny little spots in amongst the cabbages. I just earmarked the exact area that they were feeding there. And just out here you just got like bigger silty pockets really, and there's like a strip that goes through and you've got cabbages this side of it, you've got weed on the back side of it, and I'm sort of sat right in amongst like this silty strip that's, I don't know, 1.5 feet wide by about sort of 2 foot in length. So, and it just looks perfect. Where the pop-up sat is like, I don't know, it's just like this tiny little grey, almost looks like clay from here, exactly where the pop-up sat. Just looks like it couldn't be any better, and it's sort of on a bit of a canopy of the trees as well. Just like the primest area to hook a carp from. So, but I could have that completely wrong because, like I say, this is the first time I've ever done anything like this, and I'm just going off of what I feel like is the best for the moment. And then, like I say, we're just all a learning curve really. But main thing is we've seen carp. There's only 20 to 25 fish in here, so we've seen half the stock today, over half the stock, haven't we, Ben? Which is pretty cool on considering it's not the smallest of, you know, it's at least 3/4 of a mile, you reckon? Right, yeah, it does take long enough. The weekend feels like 5 miles. But yeah, it's wicked, this. Proper mega, I'm absolutely loving it. Let's just hope we can get one tonight. Beautiful. Right, let's just put a few down on this rod. Or is it good? You know, like a ladder, is it bad luck to go under your rod? Is that a thing? I ain't gonna try it now. I'm going round. I reckon that might be a thing, you know. Right, where is it? Oh, look, there he is. Oh, they're going down beautifully. Oh, that landed right next to the hook bait, that one. That landed on a cabbage. It's like sat right in the centre of the cabbage, that is. I don't know how many that was, hopefully people are counting. That looks beautiful down there. Cup of tea? Cup of tea. We got one, and it's not taken 5 months. Happy days. Well, I didn't think that was ever going to happen, to be honest. It's taken 5 hours, but it didn't take 5 months like the first carp did. We've got our first ever stream carp. No, this isn't the same fish from the drains. I haven't kept him for 5 months, obviously, although they look very similar. And as you can tell from this fish, a bit like the last lot, they have all obviously got a million stories to tell, as you can obviously see from the tail of this carp that this one is under an immense amount of predation as well as them fish were on the drains, as they are on all rivers, streams and canals, and everywhere that we travel to we're seeing more and more of it, which is a massive shame, I know. And I don't want to put a downer on it, but just obviously making people aware that these fish yeah, are getting more and more elusive as we try to catch them, and I'm mega happy with that one for my very first carp from a stream. Look at him. I know what he lacks in looks. He has made me one very happy stream angler. I mean, Ronnie's work, so we are off the mark. The rigs are working. Let's hope we can get a few more of these along the way. Absolutely amazing, wicked. He is cool. Oh mate. Oh, sorry man. Come on Dave, please. Oh mate, I'm losing my grip. Here we go. Got him? He's away. Oh mate, I nearly let go then and fell in. Well, nothing unfortunately this morning. Obviously we had that one last night, we're up and running, got ourselves a Bartlett common. If you don't know what Bartlett common is, it's basically the smallest common that lives in any lake or any river or any stream. Bart will catch it, so we've got that out of the way. And now we need to go and find ourselves some fish, because behind here where we've been fishing, they just haven't sort of turn up. I was hoping they'd turn back up this morning, but maybe this is a bit later on in the day sort of area, I guess, because we didn't actually have a look at this until around about 3-4 o'clock yesterday evening. So what I'm going to do, get the rods in, bait these 2 zones that I've been fishing in here, and yeah, go on a mooch, go and find some carps. Not Bartlett carps though, proper Coppermill carps, proper carps. Right. Switch him off, unleash him, pick him up. Yeah, that hook point was clean. That was clean, that was clean. That weed there is what's gathered on the line overnight. Got lucky not to get wiped out by any weed bergs or anything last night. It was all very pleasant. Other than the crows this morning, waking me up. Does me malt still smell? Oh, my milky malt does still smell. I might keep him on just in case we see a quick opportunity somewhere. So what we're gonna do is go down that way, because the end of the stretch is only 100 yards to our right here, and then work our way back up the stretch throughout the day and try and find some carps, of course. Dusty balls. Oh God, they smell divine, they do. Let's bait this zone first. One handful. 2 handfuls. God, they're really obvious on the bottom, them boilies. Yeah, can't see any that were put out there yesterday. Wonder if they have rolled off, you know. Should wonder, doesn't it? Here comes a coot. Right, bait that I'm going to be using on the stream is the bug. Now, I do prepare this a couple of weeks beforehand, so I've already got a bucket that's prepared, but just to show you exactly what I do, just simply pour a load of 15 millers into a bucket, so half a bag's worth there, and then bug liquid food, which smells absolutely divine. Oh, it's gorgeous. So I just get them so they've got a nice coating on them. Just give them a shake about. So all of them are nicely glazed. And then get me insect meal, which is a mega fine powder, and just cover all of them boilies up, and then give them a proper shake up. And then, as you can see, they've all got a beautiful coating there of the insect meal all around them. Now, the reasons why I'm using these is because I feel like once I put them into the flowing water, then they're going to obviously break down. It's going to push attraction right the way down the stream, so that anything that is downstream from where I put these dusty balls, you would like to think that any of the carp are going to home in on this, and fingers crossed it's what's going to do the do for us. But I like to do this sort of weeks prior. You can keep these for months and months, so you can get these all prepared. Like, I'll use these now for a trip further down the line sort of thing, because I've already got the ones that I've got prepared. You can add a little bit more liquid on them, add a bit more insect meal to make them slightly bigger so that they've got more around them, but that is the ultimate attraction in freebies in my eyes. So let's hope the carp thinks so and all. Yeah. Someone else put that there, I'll leave it there. That is an absolute thing of beauty, let me tell you. Now, some of you may have been seeing me use this over the last year, but look at that for a game changer for putting your net up and down. That is unreal. So for all you know, disabled people that are out there, kids, like my kids can never put nets together. And we all know at the end of a set, trying to get that out of there, especially if you're hardcore and you're fishing in the winter and it's all frozen, that is an absolute, just change your life, that. Honestly, such a simple idea, but a mega idea for absolutely everyone. Like I say, my kids, they can never put nets up together. My little one, half the time, he doesn't want to go on his own because he can't put the net up properly. That's going to change the game. An amazing idea that I can't believe no one's ever really done in the past. I'm sure there's other things out there, but nothing quite as simple as that idea. Brilliant net. Love that. Well done then, boys. Right. Let's go, Joe. Do. Look, right over the gravel spot, look. He's not as wide as he is in left. Oh, there's another one. There's another one. Is he gonna dip down? He looks like he is. Well, that was easy then. Might be easy finding them, but catching them is obviously a different story. But we have found them right at the end here where I said that we were gonna walk up. Oh, is that another one in the weed down there? It is. Naughty. So yeah, we found 4, I've seen 5 now. Another one's just joined the other 2 out the back there. So yeah, this is the point where I sort of mentioned like just being a bit patient and watching them and seeing what they're up to. Are they going to feed on a spot? And yeah, make your decision from them. But main thing is we found some fish that we could maybe fish for. At the minute, I'm not seeing them feeding as such. They're just sort of roaming about the place. But yeah, 4 of them here. That's like quarter of the stock nearly, isn't it? So you can't walk away from that at the moment. So yeah, just going to stand here at the minute and let them tell me what I need to do. And hopefully we can get ourselves another one. That'd be wicked. So he's coming back up onto this gravelly shelf here, and they've drifted off out the back there, out of the flow, and now they're coming back into it. So do I just put a bright one on top of that? What looks like a gravelly bar, but it's not. It's actually thousands and thousands of pea mussels, which is mad. Yeah, he's coming back over that zone there. So again, even if they're not feeding, watching the route that they take, 9 times out of 10 they'll take a very similar route in and out of where they're coming from. So that gives you another opportunity to, you know, put a hook bait in where you know that they're swimming about. So they like the edge of that pea mussel bar.
Said that before, haven't you?
Never said that before, no. Naughty. Right, I need to get, this is the thing, what size lead am I going to get away with? Ideally the smallest lead possible, but look at a shadow on him, it's cool. It looks like there's almost 2 carp, doesn't it? It's wicked, that. Beauty. These 2 beautiful animals have just ruined the job for us, unfortunately. I don't know what was going on. Maybe someone feeds them from here and they thought we were going to feed them, but they come flying up from the other end of the stream and pretty much wiped me rod out. Just after we had a carp come out of the weed here, he drifted right over the top of the pea gravel, and I was waiting for him to just shake his head and then we were in, but he drifted right over the top of the rig. I thought he's going to come back, he's definitely going to come back. And then that's when the swans were like, no, I'm coming to ruin your life. I was like, yeah, cheers then. So yeah, they've dragged the rig off of the spot. They touch the line as they come through, dragged the rig off of the spot, and then decided to have a rave, basically, and now the fish have gone. Terrific. So, yes, let's move. That's when I reel it in and then they all come back. Yeah, no, he hadn't dragged it that much, it just dinked it a little bit, I guess. Hopefully my hook point's all right. Please be all right. Oh, he's dirty sharp, he is. That's what we like. We are now from one end of the stream to the other. It's got to be a mile long, this. Maybe someone's measured it out, I'm sure. I'm sure it's about a mile, it's got to be. So yeah, we've walked a mile, not 500 of course. And this is where we first saw him yesterday morning. And we saw some good ones out here as well. And there's one at the moment, but I put a bit of bait in there yesterday, and maybe that's what he's looking for. So fingers crossed, we'll just put a single bait down there. It'd be lovely to get a day bite, and it'd be lovely to have that in the backdrop as well, of course, for the old pictures. So we'll just hold fire for a minute and see where that fish has gone before we do anything. And then we'll just, I'm only going to put a single bait in. I'm not going to put any bait in until we leave, really. We've baited a couple of other spots on the way down to have a look at when we go back. But yeah, interestingly enough, when we left that spot that we were at, where the swans were, the swan area we'll call it, yeah, by the railings there was 3 small ones, like feeding on the spot where I'd obviously had the bite from last night, but they were only small ones. We left them to it. Hopefully they clear the area off a bit, and then we'll go and check that after this, and obviously check all the rest of the spots on the way back. You know, I think that's the best way to sort of fish this stream, really. So, right, where's that carp gone? Hopefully he's not disappeared. Where are you? Oh, I got the stick. I dropped the stick. Yeah. Well, we've done half hour here, and that fish hasn't come back. It's like he knew we were talking about him. I don't know what's going on. So we're going to bait the zone. Oh, please go away, geese. Right, that's that baited. Back to the railings, I reckon. Hopefully some better ones have moved in there. Right. He's in. Well, we are now struggling to find them. Painful. There's only one place really they could be, and that's where we're sort of contemplating doing the evening. So yeah, we've walked the whole stretch from obviously seeing them this morning to our right here. We're obviously back in the railing spot where we did last night, and they're not along here at all. Baited a few areas. Obviously we found 3 small ones in here before we left, and they're not there anymore. And they're not up to the right of us, and they're not up to the left of us. So the only place they could possibly be really is under the bridge where you can't really see them, which is across the road and a bit further down. So I think that's where we need to go, because that's the beauty about this stream, I guess, is if you don't find them along here, and you can find them fairly easily, then they're obviously somewhere where you can't see them, and that's really the only sort of option or only place that I can think that they've gone. So that's where we need to go, I think. So it's getting into evening time now anyway, so let's go up there, back the way we came, and hopefully find them under the bridge. Because if they're not there, then, well, I don't know. They've yeah, grown wings. Too many Red Bulls. Here we have it then, the Bridge of Doombar, we're going to call it. It's probably got a name, no doubt, but we'll call it that. And yeah, this is, like I say, the only area I feel like they could be where you can't actually see them. So through this bridge here, you've got fresh water running in from the lee. I may have that wrong, but I think it is. And you know, with the fish not being across the road that end, with them not being sort of this end, we've seen one fish this stretch and we've seen nothing that stretch. So you would like to believe that this is the only bit that you can't actually see. So this is where they're at, fingers crossed. But yeah, it's definitely worth the evening here, without a doubt. And I'm gonna go in with bottom baits on this one, just because there is a bit of tow coming in through here, and I feel like the old Ronnie will be giving it the heart attack head throughout the evening. So yeah, I think bottom bait straight out the bag jobbies with milky malts on top, 12mm milky malts on top, and yeah, let's see if that's the winning formula. Now I'm noticing on the walls either side here there is loads of mussels everywhere, so I'm gonna put me mini rainbow stylie on, as I like to call it. So it's 40-pound braid, 50-pound leaders, just in the hope that just covering all bases really, so that if we do actually get a bite from here, then the kit should survive if it does touch a wall. But you'd like to think that you should be able to keep them away from the wall. It's just whether they decide to leg it up the back there, but we'll see. But yeah, I've going to have to put everything in my favour to make sure that I land anything that I hook. So yeah, let's get the braid on and let's get fishing. Oh, it's exciting! Oh, slam down! Rods are sorted then. Not the easiest to cast, getting it underneath that bridge, let me tell you. It wasn't ideal, but we got there in the end. Just catapulting boilies just slightly upriver from where I've got upstream from where I've got my hook baits. Now, I am a little bit concerned though that carp obviously like to feed upstream. They would never feed downstream because obviously water rushing into their gills for them feeding down. I mean, I'm not a carp, so I don't know for certain, but I'm sure that that's quite uncomfortable for them, and I would imagine they'll always feed upstream. So yeah, I'm a bit concerned at the fact that I'm fishing up that way and they might touch the braid as they go for the hook bait. So we'll see what happens on that front. Because yeah, I would obviously like to rather be that end of the river stream and fish back down this way, but you know, that's not a possibility because it's like an out of bounds area up there. So it feels good for it here. The fact that we can't find them on the stream, like I've already said, you know, this I feel like is my best bet basically. So yeah, let's see what happens. We've got snowman rigs out there, 18mm bottom baits with 12mm milky mults on top. I'm using the bug like we did on the drain sort of thing, and it just caught me loads of fish, the bug has. So that's what we've gone in with on boring Ronnies basically. So yeah, let's we'll run through all of that once we get a mythical 50-pounder out of it, which I don't think would ever happen, but who knows. So yeah, just to get another bite, that's the aim of the game at the minute, and fingers crossed we ain't got to wait too long. Good morning. Oh, never really thought this was going to happen, and it hasn't. Which is, yeah, soul destroying a little bit, to be honest. And we've had ducks on us this morning just to rub more salt into the wounds, and they've been diving where I was pinging them boilies. So the bait's all still there. And the carp aren't here, which is mental because I would have thought, you know, this was where they had gone, but it obviously wasn't. So we're going to have to get back on the move today and try and hunt them down again. Perhaps spend more time across the road, I think, to be honest, because this side hasn't, you know, we've not seen a lot. We've seen them right up the other end, and that's about it. We've not really seen them anywhere along this stretch other than that far end. So our best option, I feel, is cross the road and concentrate down there for the rest of this trip, because at the minute, yeah, it's not quite gone to plan being this side of the road. So let's get packed down, let's cross the road and go and get one. Please, please. Right, let's get packed up, let's go. It was clear, it was clear. Clean as a whistle, you. There's a bit of crayage on that one. It's in reverse. they're here, and over the back there's a lot of murky water, which I would like to believe is fish feeding, hopefully. But we've seen a couple cruise over the top of this gravel here and go towards, there's like a bit of an arm sort of thing that's only a few feet long, and there's a grill at the end of it. I saw yesterday a couple come out from there, so the only thing is I don't know what the bottom's like in there, so I'm gonna opt for a hingy, so just so that I know that I'm fishing over there, because I only want to do one cast basically. So here's my hingy. I'm gonna go in with an 18mm pop-up on that, match the hatch jobby, and just fire some 18mm over there as well. But yeah, I want this to be ideally one cast, one and done. And then we've seen, oh, there's one right across the gravel here. Two right there. Three and wow. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna keep with the bottom bait one with the yellow topper on it, and I'm gonna put that just the other side of the gravel, because that's where the murky water is, and I think that's where they're sort of feeding. So yeah, there's fish about, and yeah, we need to get some rods in. Oh, it's looking good. Upper river in now, we are streaming. Live stream. Oh, that's slammed down there. Well, we're on the move because they're feeding really confidently now on the baited area down to our left. They've just seemed to vacated out of here. I think they left before we put the rods in, to be honest. They were here, and then, yeah, they just disappeared. Like, put the rods in, didn't see them sort of leave or anything like that, but they're just not here anymore, and it's that shallow to our left, you would see them. So, yeah, we're gonna have to go where they're feeding, obviously. I was gonna try and save that for this evening, but, you know, it's pointless fishing in an area that where they're not at, so let's move to where they are at. So, right, let's get these in. Let's get going. Right, this is the rig that I'm using. Don't go anywhere yet though. I know it's a Ronnie rig, and oh God, not that thing again, and then you're gonna skip this bit. Just hold on a minute, because we've got a rig coming up that I'm gonna change to, which it's got a new name, this rig. Anyway, that's the Ronnie that I was using, and this is what we obviously caught on the first evening. Now, I'm a little bit concerned that might be moving a little bit too much during the daytime, because obviously it is a pop-up. We are fishing flowing water, so that must have a bit of movement on it. So I'm a little bit paranoid that in the daylight, they're seeing that movement, and it might be something that they just avoid rather than be attracted to. So I'm gonna change over. We're calling this the Bonnie rig, because it's a bottom bait. Bonnie rig. Everyone should get on it. Everyone's been on it. Anyway, so yeah, this is what I'm gonna change over to. So basically it's still the Bonnie, and it's gonna be fishing on the bottom with a snowman setup. So it's an 18mm bottom bait with a 12mm pop-up on top, and all that lies on the bottom. So you've got a size 4 wide gape X there on a stiff fluorocarbon crimped hook link. So I'm going to use the stiff stuff, because obviously chucking in, it going out, sitting on the bottom, you know, it's the spots that I'm fishing. Yeah, some of them are silty, some of them are pea mussely, gravelly sort of thing. I don't think it is gravel. I think it's all pea mussels that we're seeing on the bottom. But yeah, I think that presentation is probably going to be the best for all this. I might have it totally wrong, because like I say, this is the first time I've ever really done fishing in flowing water like this. Big 6-ounce gripper in case we get a raging torrent come through. And then moving up from that, so I've got leg clip set up there, copper core, proper supple. Ask Harry if you don't know. and then we've got a £50 camo snag leader on there as well because of the mussels that are about. Anything that I hook, I want to get in. And that's attached with an Albright knot. And then I've got 40-pound braid on my lovely, lovely 10,000 XC reels. I love these reels. Get off the fence. They are absolutely beautiful, and a lovely small 10,000 reel that sit perfectly on a 10-foot rod. So I'm using the Horizon X4S's there, the old telescopic ones. Beautiful, beautiful rods. Perfect for this sort of fishing. Perfect for any sort of fishing. 10-foot rod I'd use in all of my angling if I possibly could. If I could chuck 30 wraps with a 10-foot rod, I would use a 10-foot rod all the time. So yeah, I feel like that's the best switch over to do, to be honest, and hopefully we get one on the Bonnie. Ah, beautiful. See that hook bait? Lovely jubbly. Oh, beauty. Absolute beauty. Bit of food on then for this evening, now that my nerves have calmed down after what happened about half an hour or so ago. We had a carp come in on that left-hand spot that's quite close in, and he was basically just sat right over the spot for ages, and then he sort of drifted off, and we see that he was chewing something or other, and like, I'm just like, how's he got away with that? And then he come back, or did he come back? We don't know whether it was him or a different one. It looked like a slightly smaller one that come back and got really close to the hook bait, and then a swan come along and ruined it all. So just, oh. I was saying to Ben earlier, I think like it feels like we've got unlucky a lot on this trip. It seems like, I don't think we've spooked anything since we've been fishing here, like by putting rigs in and they've sort of left because of the rigs. I feel like we've got the rigs in at the right time and all that, and yeah, I just think that they were doing the off from the minute we were sort of getting into swims, rather than sort of getting there a little bit early, you know. So it just doesn't all make sense, I'm sure, but it's like my head's going 10 to the dozen at the moment and trying to think of the best move next, really. And I think my best move is probably to stay put here, and I know that's a bit boring, and we probably would have caught more if we would have stayed in this swim as well, but it feels like you've got to be moving around, don't you, on a river or stream, sorry. And yeah, it feels like we've just been unlucky throughout, you know, the days that we've been doing. So let's hope that luck turns around, really. They've had a few free meals out in front of here now, so the likelihood is you would like to think that they will come back, because at the moment they're not here at the minute. So rather than me chasing them about sort of thing, I'm just going to stay put for a while and see whether they turn back up, and yeah, see what the evening brings, I guess. But first, we must eat. Nice. Angry. That's a proper angry Ben. That is angry, mate. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. This is one angry carp on the end. Christ. Come on, mate. He's about one, Ben, isn't he? He's right down there, mate. Mate, yeah, that's good on that. Oh, wow. I mean, I can't get the rod behind me. He's coming through. Oh, amazing! Oh. The most difficult thing I've ever had to do. Oh, mate, feels like I've dislocated my shoulder. God, that was angry, like stupidly angry. Oh my God, I think I need a wheelchair. Mate, that was mental, wasn't it? How cool was that? I don't remember the other night it being that difficult playing a motor. It's because of how angry he was, wasn't it?
And he's bigger.
And he's bigger, which is ideal. Yes! Oh man, that was wicked. That has been worth the miles and miles that we have had to walk. And wow, God, yes, we got in there. Oh. Wait, he's 29 and a half.
Wow.
Yes, Ben! Yes! Oh, get in there! Oh, that's what it's all about, man. Yes! Oh, well, there it is, ladies and gents. Now, I might be wrong, but I've got a feeling this is probably the biggest fish in the Coppermill nowadays, I believe. I might be totally wrong and you might all be shouting at me, no it isn't or whatever, but do you know what, who cares? Because that 29 pounds, 12 ounces of stream common, just wow. I literally lost for words, which is unusual for me, as I'm sure you would all know by now. I'm just absolutely in awe of this thing. What an epic fight that was as well, and literally wow, what an incredible capture. I just feel so privileged to have something like this in my hands. I honestly do, you know. I've been lucky enough to catch a lot of big ones in my time, but you know, these fish that I'm catching on this series, you know, I'm going to remember them forever. So just wow, thank you. Look at that, wow. I don't know how many times I can say wow, I'm sorry, but I'm absolutely blown away with that thing. Mega. Yes. Oh, wow. Yeah, man. Right. This is not easy. Look at that, man. Ready? Yeah. Yes, Ben, that is a chunk. I'm going to sit here and sulk. Oh, mate. What a buzz. Yes! That is a chunk. Mate, do you know what? Looking at that back end now, I reckon that's that wide thing that I said to you earlier on. I said, mate, there was something wide that come through these cabbages, but I only caught that part of him there where you can just see that back end. That was 100% him, I reckon. It had to have been, because like I said to you earlier, it was like the biggest thing that we've seen since we've been here. We caught him. Luck never happens like that, does it? Well, I was saying, I was so unlucky this trip. Oh, yeah, man. Oh, what a buzz. There's people in the pub garden there thinking, what is that geezer on about over there? Is he all right? That is mega, that.
Definitely beat Stream, Mozza versus.
Yeah, mate. Mozza wins this one. That was hairy. Well, good morning. Nothing like an absolute grenade chucked into the area to kickstart your day, of course. Wow. We are playing yet another angry one on this beautiful, beautiful stream. And yeah, I'd be well happy if we could get this one in, because we had the unfortunate case of a loss last night, which, you know, or this morning, which I wasn't too happy about. Yeah, but this one is ready for netting. He don't look like he's hooked that well. It's right on the edge of the lips, so nice to do this in the daylight, of course. Please, please, please. They don't like the net. Oh, it's so hard to get the rod behind your head with this railing, and we have got one. Yes! Oh, I love this place, but I love this bit. Oh yeah, man, we got one. Absolutely wicked. That rod's not been out that long either. Mega, absolutely mega. Great buzz. Well, if ever there was a perfect way to end it all. Ah, oh, look at that proper sailfish he is. Look at him. 22 pounds of stream caught common carp. That is just out of this world, isn't it? Look how dark he is, how cool he is, his shape, big tail on him, mental sail fin on him. That's not a dorsal, that is a sail fin. That is proper awesome. And you know, there's fishing to be had that I see people moaning about all the time. Oh, everywhere's busy. We haven't seen a single angler fishing this stream. And you could really get something going on here. And okay, we caught the big one yesterday, but it's not all about catching the big ones, is it? It's about enjoying yourself and enjoying your fishing, learning and smelling the roses along the way. And that is one perfect rose to smell. Beautiful, right, let's get you back. Not that I want to, I want to keep him. Oh, he's awesome. He's gonna swim into the corner of the sling, right back and forwards. Come on then, mate. I'm losing my grip here, I'm gonna end up in there with you. How purple he is. If he is purple, I am colourblind, of course. Oh, I just need to get his nose out of there. This is so hard. There we go. He's away beautifully. Oh, I'm really enjoying this series, you know. Great buzz. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the Fox YouTube channel. Also, click here if you want to see me catching some fish out of the Peterborough drains, or click here if you want to watch this idiot. Don't click that one.